today's stream is brought to you by no one. It's brought to you by me because I bought all this stuff. But it is the Gummy Bear versus Gummy Worms tier list slash death battle slash whatever you want to call it. Long story short, I got a bunch of different gummy bears and their alternative gummy worms. We're going to see which one tastes better. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, hey, aren't they literally the same exact thing but shaped differently? And I have something to say to you. You're wrong. Gummy bears and gummy worms are inherently different, and I'm going to show you guys. But yeah, let's just jump right in. It's going to be really simple. Let's start off by showing off every single brand we have. We have the Black Forest gummy bears and gummy worms. We have the fan favorite Albanese gummy bears and gummy worms. We have my personal favorite, the gummy bears and gummy worms from Walmart. Those slap. And the top tier that we discovered the last gummy bear stream, the Market Pantry gummy bears, gummy worms, and Fresh Market gummy bears and gummy worms. Boom. Flex the ball, Mart. Yes, sir. Okay, now I'm going to try my best to make sure that I try every single flavor I possibly can to make a difference, to get the value right. So we got like this, we got like the clear and red, we have like the clear and orange, or we have the Christmas one. So here is the overwhelming difference between gummy bears and gummy worms. Now, gummy worms, for those who don't know, have double flavors. So they have 2-in-1 flavors. Most times out of 10 they do, and they're just larger than your average gummy bears and stuff like that. So you think that it's just a bigger version, right? Because this is orange and white, right? It's really hard to show. And this is just white and this is just orange. So you're probably thinking to yourself, it's the same thing. But when you try it, what's different is the texture. And gummy bears, most times out of 10, have a huge advantage over their gummy bear or gummy worm counterpart, and that is they usually have more available flavors than the gummy worms. But you'll see what I mean. Walmart on this occasion does not. So I'm just gonna hop back and forth. We're gonna hop back and forth, and then we're gonna go onto the window capture screen so you guys can see the tier list. Texture actually makes a huge difference. What's really awkward about the gummy bears is that they're a little bit more oily. It's really weird to say, but they're smoother. These are harder, if that makes any sense. It's like the gummy bears are just less dense than the gummy worm. It's really weird. The green and red gummy worm wasn't too hot, actually. I wasn't a big fan of it. Not a big fan of it at all. Yeah, honestly, this green gummy bear was kind of an L. I think it's the green more so than the red that kind of tastes terrible. There's so much to consider when going for the difference between gummy bears and gummy worms. There's a lot to consider. There's one, the taste. Now, the taste could normally be the same, but because gummy worms have multiple flavors wrapped into one, then it actually makes it a little bit more awkward. Because if you dislike how they both taste compared to how they taste on their own, then that actually makes a huge difference. Here is the tier list maker that we have listed out for us. All right, so we started off with the Walmart gummy bears and gummy worms. So we have our lists here. We have S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, Boutte tier. I want to say gummy bears are A tier. The gummy bears are first of all way easier to eat. And that's big. The gummy bears are easier to eat. They feel less dense. They're more fun to just play around with. They're squishy. The gummy bear squish factor is like exceptionally better than the gummy worm squish factor. But the gummy worms you can kind of spin around. So it's kind of close. The gummy bears were a little bit oily. And that's, I guess, sometimes you're just in an oily mood. What's up, Cop Mike? Sometimes you're in an oily mood and sometimes you're not, but I'm gonna say it. I think the gummy bear or the gummy worms tasted worse than their gummy bear counterpart. With one exception. That was the white and the orange gummy worm. The white and the orange gummy worm slapped so hard. But you know what? Let's just put them here for now. And let's go on to the next one. So we have the fresh market. Do we want to go to the fresh market? The fresh market kind of clean. I made the decision. The fresh market. And here is where things start to go downhill, unfortunately, for the gummy worms. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it tastes fantastic. So we have another red and green one, right? We have orange and white. And we have red and orange. And I think that's it. 3 different combinations. But let's go into the fresh market gummy bears. And here is where it starts to make a difference. We have orange, this color, which is like salmon. We have like the lightest white, clear color, the slightest hue of blue, red, yellow, purple, dark blue, and dark green. So right off the rip, there are just simply more combinations of gummy bears than there are gummy worms. So, that immediately puts them at a disadvantage. That's kind of BM. So let's start off with the orange and white gummy worm. Such a better taste. It kind of feels like the Walmart gummy bears. Bro, I'm telling you, fresh market slaps. It just hits different. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you do, you do. I'm gonna let you guys know right now. At the worst, the gummy worms are better than the Walmart gummy bears. Oh my gosh, that was so good. I had the light green one. My bad. This is the yellow one. This yellow one is all right. Here's the clear white one. That's a good taste. I don't know what that taste is, but it's good. Here's purple. Grape. Grape is grape. Sometimes you eat grape. You know what I mean? Man, there's like this weird slight burning feeling when I eat the gummy bears from the fresh market. All right, I'm gonna have to say it. It's a little bit awkward, but the fresh market gummy worms were actually better. The gummy bears have way more taste, or way more flavor, I mean. But it was kind of the opposite from the Walmart gummy bears and gummy worms. The gummy worms were just better to eat. They felt better to eat. Like their texture was just a little bit better. The flavors on the gummy bears here just weren't, like, it didn't make up for the lack of flavors provided by the gummy worms. It was really strange. And like the gummy bears gave me this slight burn feeling. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about? That shouldn't have happened. That should not have happened. The Black Forest gummy bears and gummy worms. If you guys don't know about the Black Forest ones, they're like, they say they're organic. I don't know. They just say they're organic, so their taste is a little bit different. You'll notice that the colors are a little bit more pale. This was yellow and clear. I don't know, yellow and white. I don't want to say white. Oh, that's another yellow and white one. This is red and orange, so we finally have different variations, finally, from gummy worms. And these kind of, all right, I'm just going to say it. These kind of look like, these are the best looking worm things tonight. It's cool that my gummy bears look like gummy bears, but my gummy worms look like worms. I'm not a big fan of that. Oof, but the smell is different. Oh, the smell is just not so good. Here is weird clear. There's like a pink that's supposed to be in here. Oh, that was pink. This is clear. This is orange. Here is red. And there's supposed to be 2 more flavors, but God, if I can find them. This might be a miss. Black Forest might actually go down in the rankings. Let's start things off with this very bent out of shape gummy worm. Can you guys even see the different colors? It's very slight. Oof, man. Oof. Oh, I am lowering them in the rankings. Man. These kind of suck. Oh my gosh. Maybe I caught a bad batch. Okay. You guys are not going to be fans of what I have to say. Night and day. Night and day. Alright. Black Forest gummy worms suck. They smell harsh. I don't even know how they smell harsh. Their taste, like, shocked me every single time I bit into it. The Black Forest gummy bears, exceptionally better. Not even remotely close. Exceptionally better. They smelt better. They tasted better. They weren't as offensive to my taste buds. They weren't as offensive to my nose. The gummy worms were substantially worse. I didn't even realize there's gonna be a bouquet tier tonight, but I guess there is. I expected so much better from Black Forest, but at least the Black Forest gummy bears are better than the Walmart gummy worms. I could say that at the very least. And then they're gummies. Buy them and try it out. Buy them and see for yourself. Buy them and see for yourself. We're gonna save the best for last. We're gonna save the Albanese gummy bears for last. We're gonna move on to the gummy bears from the fresh market. Here is blue. Whenever a gummy bear is blue, it has to slap. I hope you guys understand this. I hope you guys understand how important it is for the culture that blue gummy bears be substantially better than any other version of the gummy bear, which is what made the fresh market blue gummy bears so sad. By the way, that is orange, so we are done with all the flavors here. Red and white gummy worm. Oh my gosh, there are actually different combinations. Orange and green? Wait. Blue and yellow? Wait, there's... Best gummy worms by far. I can already tell. Best gummy worms by far. Wait, are there only 3 combinations? Oh, no way. There are only 3? You're supposed to be better. Wow, there are only 3 different flavor combinations. But hey, they included blue. This is blue and yellow. All right, let's switch it up. Let's start with the gummy bears. Blue. Blue, you have to slap. A little hard to chew. That blue was all right. Orange. Blue and yellow is green. Oh my god. Morgan, are you the smartest person of all time? Very hard to chew. The flavors are all right. The flavors are good. Better than Black Forest. Oof. Ooh. Oh. It bounced back. Oh, that green was not very good. This might be the worst textured gummy bear tonight. And then finally, yellow. I could taste that yellow. That's very distinctly lemon. That's good. This yellow might have clutched it out for the gummy bears. All right, on to the gummy bear or the gummy worm version. And I can already tell you, it's a lot more fun to just spin around. I can already tell you, it's a lot more fun. But let's start off with the red and white one. Yeah. Yeah. Understandable. I understand fully. That blue and yellow one kind of sucked. Oh, this might be a little close. Oof. Oof. All right. Okay. So, here's what happened. The gummy bears were pretty garbage. Their taste was just mid. I mean, they were a little hard to chew. These market pantry gummy bears and gummy worms weren't exactly the highlights of tonight, but it wasn't the worst thing. The gummy worms, though, I'll put underneath the Walmart gummy worms. It's close. It's relatively close. There are some times the blue and yellow one was omega garbage, but overall, the other 2 were pretty strong. Yeah, that was rough, man. Those weren't too good. I might even put them in their own tier. But I do think that the gummy worms are superior than the gummy worms, the gummy worms are superior than the gummy bears by a noticeable margin. Like, I think they are in 2 separate tiers. It's just that they're so hard to chew. And I can only imagine what eating multiple would do over the course of a gummy bear bag. You'd say gummy bears are better because you get more pieces of the same size, but you have to consider so many other things. Last but certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Albanese gummy bears and Albanese gummy worms. Didn't exactly know they made gummy worms until today, or until when I bought them. So, open it up. Red or yellow and like weird pale. Weird pale and yellow. Here is red and green. Here is orange and white. Here is here is blue and light green. Let's see if we can find more. Here is purple and green or whatever. By the way, finally some freaking options. If there's anything ever bad about the gummy worms, is that there's 0. They give you like 3 combinations. They're like, yep, there you go, bucko. Worm gang. Cole 45, a strong worm believer. Shout out to the guys. We have clear here. We got green here. There's a bunch of different Albanese flavors, so let's just try to get them all. Yellow, bang. Purple, bang. Light green, bang. Clear, bang. Blue, red, and like I say, if you have blue as one of your gummy bear flavors, it has to slap. Like, that's the rule. It has to be good. And here is the missing one. I knew if I dug deep enough, I could find it. Orange. Chat, we already know how fantastic Albanese gummy bears are. We already know it's an easy top tier. We don't even have to consider where it's going to be on the tier list. Although the fresh market gummy bears were actually pretty good too. Definitely S tier. A little hard to chew, fun fact. Oh man. The Albanese green gummy bear is so much better than the Market Pantry green gummy bear. I might move it into booty tier. Love their flavor. Love the aroma. They could be squishier. That was sour. That was pretty sour. Okay, we're going into the gummy worms. And not for nothing, these gummy worms look... I don't know, they're not the visually most appealing. You can't spin them. Well, you can, but you gotta really try. You can't spin them. Well, look, this is like most of the fun you get from the gummy worms, just like messing around with them. That's good. That's good. Plain and simple, that's good. Oof, that one felt empty. Oh, man. Oh, wait, but it's coming back. Oh, it's weird. It just tasted so empty. That's weird. That's weird. Oh, that one's good. Oh, wow. That was the last gummy worm. And I gotta say, those Albanese gummy worms took me on a ride, to say the very least. To say the very least, they took me on a ride. Let's go to the window capture and let's get this out the way. I apologize, Albanese gummy bears. I said you were overrated. You're not overrated. You're not overrated at all. Not when I could put you next to their competition, but I will say this. This is very important. Gummy bears in general need to step their game up. I don't think they taste so good. I think they could taste so much better. I think Albanese are what the base of what gummy bears should be tasting like. There are so many different things you could do with gummy bears. I think they should just be blatantly better. But that's just me. But we have a competition / tier list, so we have to figure out which one was better, the gummy worms or the gummy bears. And I think it's pretty obvious. The gummy bears take the day. Just barely. This really came down to the fact that the gummy worms just didn't have enough combination flavors as the gummy bears do as individuals. And so they lack in that department. Also a little inconsistent. Sometimes the flavors just didn't mesh too well. There was the one where I had it and then it like resurfaced as this strong flavor. And I was just like, ew, ew, ew. I don't know. But there are some that were really good, but you know, but where do they rank though? That's the better question. And I think they rank maybe at the very top of B tier. Better than the Black Forest gummy bears, I can say that. Probably worse than the gummy bears from Walmart. It was very obvious that these were bootay. And I don't feel comfortable putting these in this tier because this tasted so dang bad. Yes, the definitive 100% accurate list by the opinion god himself. Here it is. Black Forest gummy worms, never buy them. Never buy them. You have no reason to ever buy them unless you're gifting them to an enemy. The market, pantry market gummy bears were a little disappointing, not gonna lie. They were so good the last time I had them, but maybe they were just better in comparison to other things. The gummy worms were definitely better. I can't tell which one are the gummy bears and which are the gummy worms between the Walmart ones, but the gummy bears are better than their gummy worm counterparts. And here we have the Black Forest sitting close to the top of B tier. By the way, these are ordered within the tiers. So yes, I do think the Albanese gummy worms are better than everything else in this tier. I do think the fresh market gummy worms and the gummy bears are better than the Walmart gummy bears and everything else beneath it. But yeah, that is it. That is it for this video. Maybe we'll do something else in the future. Maybe chat can suggest other gummies that we can eat. There was a suggestion for jelly beans.